So it's Friday, April 15, 2022. It's like 10:25 in the morning. Here just enjoying the sun-ish. You know, I'm gonna show you a little bit the situation room. It's just very depressing. You're getting sprayed like roaches. No pun intended. This time. No, it's like, oh, now I remember what I wanted to say before. I had to start it again because I got a brain fart or whatever they call it. So I went to, it's an Instagram, and I don't know what I got there for, whatever the reason. And I saw that it was an African woman. I mean, like, I guess she was taping him. I don't know how that video. Who the hell is gonna tape everything? I mean, it's just so weird, how black people they go. But the message was like really, really clear, very clear. The message was clear. Needless to say that, they was like, they was making out, and then they go by the window, and then I think that was probably from a movie. It could have been from a movie. Yeah, it could have been like, yeah, now that makes sense. Yeah, that's I was like, what I just watched, So they go by the window, and I was like, I guess that's what they call the window seal. That is not sealed. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. So he's against the window. He's back against the window, and she lifted him up. And the guy freaked out. It's like, I said, why you do that? Or I was like, and she was just laughing and giggling, like being stupid, I know that's what's going around. That's what's going around. I heard that. I don't even know what that is, to tell you the truth. I don't even know. But one time, I saw, a while back, I saw a porn like that. We cracked. Yeah, it was like, she was lifting him up. I don't know. For what? You're gonna fuck yourself up, you fuck your back, or your, whatever. I don't even know what the repercussions are. We're just not built for that. I mean, I was. I was a long time ago, being transsexual. I never even done that shit. No, the shit never even occurred to me. So you're gonna be like, what freaking kind of devils these are, It's like, how bored you like from whatever, all the obscenities that you have tried and done or whatever, And so, I mean, like, as to like, I guess, I don't know, I guess people, they get bored with sex. Like, but thank God Marcus hadn't. He's like a one-trick pony. That's why we clicked, but now it's like, I mean, like, I am the one, sometimes like that. But not not to get to that point, Not to get to that point, I want to like, I always say that, that's what they came out with this transgender thing, just, like they say, spice it up. That's more like F it up to me. Just like, I mean, once at the Wazungu, whatever, try not to get in the rhythm of the algorithm, whatever. I try not to get there, like, for whatever reason. But say like, they came out with this transgender thing, and like they're bored to death, and like, oh, yeah, being transgender. I think that's where it comes from. This like, they say there's a million genders and blah 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 blah. I don't know. I don't know. That was really bizarre. Really bizarre. Just like just something else. But like, like guys who do, obviously, it's just, I can use natural, for straight couples, I guess. I would say. Let me give try away that. I'm gonna fly away the crumbs. But like I said, I wanted to talk about. I didn't say. I had to start over. I don't know what's going on there, but it might be depression. The incident in Brooklyn. That stuff it's a mess. That stuff is a mess. And I'm sure, it's their media, propaganda machine, whatever, So apparently, somebody read what I've been posting. I've been posting, about Eric Adams and stuff, that, I suspect that he's there with a specific agenda, just like Obama, right? That literally took the African American agenda. All the way in the back of the line. And ever since we started, they've been getting the funding. Everything. Like the HBCUs took practically all the funding. I'm like, because that's how they keep them, because then they don't have anything to run for elections with. They have to give them like the horse and the carrot. One take it out, and then another one, do it to get votes. Put it back. That's just beyond disrespectful. But then at the same time, somehow, I don't know what they're watching on television, but I get a sense that, they feel like there's no other place on the planet they can be. And then they go like, oh my God, we already invested so much in this country, this corporation, being like, chattel slavery, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, which is like more, that's how most of the infrastructure got made in the United States of America. Like instead of cutting your losses, they keep losing, and now they lose. Like Dr. Umar or Ifatunde, he said, this is obviously worse than slavery. Because when slavery was abolished, quote unquote abolished, they went off to do great things, you know, having all like their own banks, their own salons, their own, you know, everything. And then Dr. King was instrumental in saying, oh, no, no, F all that. We gotta be together, together forever. So that's some kind of mental illness that you can't even begin to describe, you know? But I mean, this guy, like I say, I mean, I've been on and off looking, you know, I mean, well, there's still that white world war #3 going on, which is, you know, very interesting to say the least, how people they have just normalized it already. Nobody's paying any attention. I mean, like, I see very few people was paying attention anyway. I guess we're so used to, you know, always being at war that say, oh, another war, you know what? And I'm like, it's not like another war, you know, like this is Russia. And sooner or later they're gonna have to defend themselves. You know, and God forbid, you know, Marie Le Pen win the elections in France because she's running because she's promising that she's gonna get out of NATO. That France gonna get out because they're gonna get their independence. Can you believe that? You know, one of the most brutal empires now talking about independence. You can make this shit up. I mean, like, and like I say, you know, all these other countries ain't shit. You know, like it's all about the whatever, the Germans or whatever, you know. And that was all the monarchy. All the monarchy, there was the Germans, which it was Arabs or whatever, Moors, you know, that later on they got white skin. But I think that's, you know, because I mean, being Mexican, I know it's like, there's no effing way these so-called Spanish did anything. You know, and there was a lot of, you know, most of the kings, it was like Germans. I mean, the king that they have, the royal family they got today, the Bourbons, they're called Bourbons, they're freaking French. So it's a show. Using Europe, you know, as look at all these nations, all these countries. You know? That never happened. It's always let's say whatever you want to call it, Anglo-Saxon, German, Teutonic, whatever they call it. That's why to them, being the ones writing the history books is essential, because they can write whatever the hell they want. They make themselves, you know. Last night, you know, Marcus came over and like he said, what should we watch? You know, I watched this movie that, you know, it was an amazing movie. I forgot the name. I woke up just thinking about the movie, you know, because it's I didn't finish it watching. I want to watch it again. Basically, was about. I never seen a movie that was about a sellout. You know, the typical raccoon. You know, to humanize the raccoon. An addict. Especially. I mean, like, I didn't know this was from 1968 because they talk about Dr. King, just dying and stuff like that. So it was basically made like right after his assassination. I thought it was from the 70s, that it was like a recreation. It was like a snapshot, of the late 60s. I mean, you can tell there was kind of like, I mean, it was a propaganda piece and my effing piece because it was like, oh yeah, everybody, talking very militant and stuff, but I mean, you can tell right away they wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing. It was just like, you can say, Afrocentric, which I mean, I think it's insulting to say Afrocentric, because they don't say, well, we say a lot of people that are Eurocentric. But that is because that's how outrageous it is to be, about, a little peninsula. It's not even a continent. But everything centered around that. And big part of what's going on right now with the White World War III, is because of the fact that a lot of Europe is very they are like, they call it Russophiles. Russophilos? Russophile? I don't know how to say that in English. They're not anti-Russia, and that's why, the heroes here in the United States, they are punishing Europe because, I mean, Europe is very like feminine, so obviously it's gonna go where the real power is at, like, and they see that, that's where it's at, but they know the United States is psycho, that's like, American Psycho. that movie, it tell you quite a bit. So they know what kind of psycho, is over here. That's why they go like, they take 2 steps forwards and 2 steps back, like. I mean, basically they all have to say, yeah, we all despise Russia. We all despise them. So we're gonna see, like, I mean, they can do fraud in the elections, obviously. They commit fraud. Duh. But we're gonna see how these elections in France shape about on that stuff, because then they're gonna say like, hell no, just like. I mean, I heard several political analysts that none of the other candidates are Russophobic. It's only Macron. Macron is an Arab. I mean, like I say, they're all Arabs, Africans. But, that part of Africa, they call it the Arabian Peninsula. That is not Africa. How dare you? And that's what they're doing to us in Mexico too, like making us call ourselves, North America. We're not North America. Like technically, I mean, all the books say, we are North America, but we still be Central America. Mm-mm. Because then they will have two, you know, adversaries, whatever. South America, Central America. Hey, cutie. And that's not what it is about. You know, they want. No, they have the Monroe Doctrine, which supposedly James Monroe had a dream, and they say, oh, you guys are you are supposed to, take the whole continent for yourselves, manifest destiny. And that's what they call it. Which I never even heard nobody, saying, hey, get rid of that doctrine. Denounce that doctrine, Even John Bolton got confronted like 3 years ago. He said, stop imperialism. So I think there's some reporter. And he said, yeah, what's the problem? Yes, the Monroe Doctrine is relevant today, as it ever was, and blah, blah, blah. I started defending, neo-Nazism, imperialism, whatever you want to call it, crackery. Everybody left. Let me show you the little kid. So beautiful. I never noticed him. I've been coming here for more than 3 years. That's how they start. They're gonna turn like this too? I don't know. Yeah, a lot of shit happened in early springtime, A lot of stuff. You miss it. If you don't go out early springtime, all the pink trees are already gone. Shit don't even lasted 1 week. It was beautiful. I went to the other park on Harrison or Davidson, I don't know whatever it's called, that street. The whole, floor was, look at that. One after another, one after another. The whole floor was like, like I'm in a dream, like I love to grab it in my hand. They're like, it's an experience. It's like you cannot even describe. The petals of those little flowers from the floor, and then you blow them out. Like, I know, that's childish. That's who I am. So, yeah. So I was talking about. Actually, I was talking about the subway, right? Incident on the 36th Street. Which they say started on 25th Street. It started on, I think, the 25th Street. That's where he threw a smoke bomb. Oh, and then there was I noticed yesterday that this YouTube channel. It's called Pan-Africanism Strike Back. So, let me see. So let me go and see what they're talking about. I didn't watch the whole thing, but just what I watched, it was like, oh my god, these idiots, they are supposedly they made it. They had already made it about, race, or lack thereof. Mm. And they made it all about, how they get so, you know, whatever what they call it, like, I mean, basically making fun of anybody who don't like the Europeans. I say, that, oh my god, they like, they believe the hype and they go like that, and supposedly, I don't know, because when I first heard about that incident, I heard that kayaks, and then I asked, the Guatemalan brothers that they was in the train when I was coming from Long Island. I said, what was the motivation? What was he saying? And he said it was like the homeless. They told me again the homeless. So the first thing I heard, my boyfriend told me it was also about the homeless, because he told me that watch out, for that line. Well, I mean, I was in Long Island, but he just said it, just in case. That's how I found out. Don't go to Brooklyn. And so he was bitching about homeless, which is, I mean, it is out of control, the problem. Sometimes I even wonder if they're actors. This is the same thing as a doctor. If we all get cured, we're all healthy, they go out of business. That's what they always have to say, go to the doctor, like. I mean, it's good to do the checkups, but they don't care about us. It's just a way of making money. So, where was that? Sorry, I'm so out of it. So now it was all about race. Supposedly he was yelling, cracker this, cracker that, whatever. I don't know. And again, my boyfriend sent me the same day. He sent me the coverage from CBS. He told me, you watch it already? No. He said, put it on. So, he loved to cook, So he was cooking and was watching. I was like, CBS, they say, oh, we're not allowed to go downstairs in the subway. So it was like 5 hours of BS, with Becky. You're saying how horrible. You've seen the images, the gory, whatever. Like, you see some red paint. Come on. I mean, like, I don't know. How come the press was not allowed to go downstairs? I mean, CBS? For real? That is like... we literally, we don't have any brain cells. I don't know. How you not gonna say that you don't allow the press? You know, like I said, it should happen at 8 in the morning, 8 something, in another video. Whatever, I keep saying that, like anybody watch this shit. You know, I'm just ranting here on my own. I finished having lunch and I went back to inside the restaurant because I was sitting in a sidewalk cafe, you know. The sun, everything was very nice. I felt like a mini vacation. Then I learned that shit is called Manhasset. And man don't has it. No, man has it. So I went in there and used the ladies' room if somebody was there. So I waited outside. I waited outside and I was watching the television. They had like, you know, they have this channel from South Carolina, I guess that they was from. It was like Greek. I think it was Greek or Russian. I don't know. The lady, she was like big ass, small waist, you know, just like African American body, you know. Because she had this like Russian accent, the lady. Very friendly. The guy was a little creepy, you know, like he looked like a swastika guy kind of. You know? And so I ordered a gyro, you know, just I said, I think they're Greek, so let's see, you know, if they take pride. It was alright, but it was like not as, you know, yeah, you gotta go to a Greek restaurant, I guess, for that, you know. I mean, like, and they had no sound, obviously, but they had 1 minute video on a loop. And that was it. So like past 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was like, I didn't know what time it was, but I remember that Marcus had texted me like 3 hours ago. And I was like, shouldn't they have more footage than just that? It was like really like manicure, very like strategic what they got, you know. Let me move a little closer because I want to lean back. Do the right way. I'm stupid like that, I'm sorry, some days. So then I just was like, you know, it looked like a real television channel. It don't look, not because it was South Carolina, but like whatever. It was cable, obviously, or whatever, something. They got subscription, I don't know. Maybe that's where they're from. I never seen nobody watching South Carolina television, you know. I don't even watch television for like 15 years. So, I mean, like, but the first thing, that's just like strike me, you know, like, you know, first they said he was complaining about homeless. You know, and then I asked in the program, you know, the other day that I came to the program, I think it was Wednesday, whatever, this shit happened, I don't even know, I forgot what day it was, it happened. Oh, Tuesday. The 12th, it happened the 12th because that's when I had my pre-surgery testing in Manhasset. You know, so my first time, I was so nervous, I was like, oh my God, it's just like, I don't know why I got so nervous. You know, instead of enjoying myself. I did enjoy myself, but I was like still having panic attacks. I don't know why. I mean, basically, rarely you know why. You just have them. It could be a smell, it could be like whatever, you know. Then I started watching, I mean, like I watch, you know, like I watch, you know, Pan-Africanism Strike Back, and like, Now they say, oh, he was a racist and like whatever. Like, first of all, how can Africans be racist? You need to control something in order to be a racist. If you control them, then you can discriminate and you can like whatever tell that, but you don't control. You can have prejudice and you can whatever. If you want to call, I don't even call it prejudice. I call it like healthy self-esteem. I call it preservation instinct. I mean, like, for real. So I mean, that's just what I wanted to say. I mean, like, I watch Dore. I watch Jimmy Dore. The small hat, and so I say they put some Greek activists, with. I mean, nobody I think that was able to pronounce that last name. I never heard of him. But he's supposed to be a very famous activist, in New York City, where I'm at, right? And he was saying like what I said, from the moment that Eric Adams won the elections, he got in a specific agenda because there's no effing way that a heterosexual African American man is going to have a career like that ever. Besides Obama. We know why that happened. Like I told you, like, African American agenda was number one for decades. Right now it's not even it's at the bottom of the bottom, the African American agenda. So it's like obviously he got something, which is like double the salary of the NYPD, bring back the Secret Service, whatever, undercover, what's this called? Hill Street Blues? No, that was not it. NYPD Blues. Oh my God, that horrendous. New York undercover. Remember all that stuff? Everybody thought it was like so great. I'm like, everybody wanted to be a cop with those shows. That's how. Because they pumped it out. They had like a guy, it was like pink, kind of like this color. And he got like sunglasses and he was supposed to be an undercover and busting African Americans, What they never showed is like what happened to these Americans, Oh my God, it's like, it's like, I always attract people like that. It's like maybe she had a really lousy cell phone or something to be yelling. She don't even breathe. You see these bitches like they say like, bitch, breathe. They're like, imagine the other person on the other line. They cannot say one word. These bitches go. I should listen to myself, right? No, I try to. I used to be really bad, but I now try to come on. Because I'm Aries, I know I can take a lot of air, like I try to. This is why I just do like my stuff. I just, I hope I don't sound just like her. Uh-oh, I see some pigs coming up. Why they got the lights on? It's ridiculous. Oh, no, that's a sweeper? What is those lights? It looks like a cop car. Yeah, it is a cop car. I think idiots are gonna come across the park, of course. It's like with the lights like that. Let me show it to you a little bit. This is ridiculous, And that's alright, I'm not gonna do it. You can get off the damn car and he's going all around and around. And then the pavement is going to break and they're never going to fix it. They get trucks, they get whatever, like sometimes, they got to unload, I guess, something, But just like, he's making a U-turn. We got no spaces, the people on foot, we got no spaces. And it's just like, they come, the cars. I was sitting the other day, in the middle of Grand Concourse and, I thought it was like, well, this is a walking thing, and then and this guy, he just came like right past me. He made, I don't know, I guess a U-turn, I don't know what, like, and then this elder, African American lady start cursing at him like, why you like, say, I made the wrong turn, F it, and they start cursing each other. I got it, I was like, I was just talking to myself, whatever, or talking to this thing like I'm doing right now. And I'm like, she got some nerve, because she put it like, there's an elderly lady that they don't respect nothing. They don't respect nothing. I mean, we've seen the videos, like, you get like, la 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 la, boom. I mean, or worse. I was just like, yeah, I mean, there's no respect, and there's no campaign, to respect, sidewalks and parks, They go like, the scooters are like, don't get me started with the damn scooters and the bikes and all this stuff. They want to run you over. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, Jimmy Dore. So he was he had these tweets from this activist, which is like, it's like, okay. So I mean, I don't have time to read. I mean, I did one time. When you put like Eric Adams on Twitter, see like what people are saying, articles and stuff. That's how I found out that he's gay. But Political wrote a long piece, outing. Well, they didn't out him, but they outed his boyfriend. They say that, they're always like this. They live together in Jersey, blah blah blah, and ridiculous. I mean, he ran for mayor of New York City, and he didn't even live in New York City. He was the Brooklyn borough president, but he did not even live in Brooklyn. You see? How's that like, but and if you say something, African Americans is like, oh, you're just jealous because he's not Mexican, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, hell no. If Carlos Menchaca turned into one of those puppets, it's just like, or whatever, anybody. The same thing, Melissa Mark Vivorita, or Viverito, like they say. I mean, she was horrible as a council speaker. I mean, like, and even with her own people, which is one of those white Puerto Ricans, that, she didn't give a damn. Oh, she fixed La Marqueta on 116th Street, like, she fixed that up, just like, symbolic stuff they do, but really, I don't know what she did. She wanted to be mayor of New York City, and they say she's probably gonna be running again. She's gonna try again and again and again, because that's what prostitutes do, right? So yeah, I got really. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that channel. The Pan-Africanism Strikes Back, because I mean, yeah, he do some shows about, Pan-Africanism and Pan-Africanist and what it is, Pan-Africanism and stuff. But, the last time I watched it before this, I mean, he had a Wezungu, and, it was like, why I thought to myself, why you have that, I mean, constantly talking against Mexicans, and like say, I've told them, like, listen, if you get your slave master out of Mexico, then you don't have nothing to worry about. Even in my own country, we don't got any media. Everything is controlled by the Europeans. It all affiliated to CNN, everything, Univision, Telemundo. That's all. They're all affiliates, and they are the ones who give them the script. They are the ones who give them the script and what to put, and like, racist characters, everything like that. And the crazy thing is that they don't even make videos. They don't even make videos. I mean, even if you don't speak the language, and like if you see something, you can still, I mean, they have 1 million non-profit organizations or community-based organizations, whatever you like. They all can write a letter, sign it, and like, this shit is unacceptable, right? At least like, over here, for Univision and Telemundo, it's like, and then that, they don't even hire us no more. They get all these people from Ukraine. A lot of the in Telemundo, they are from Ukraine. They're from, all those countries, all those things. They're not us, and it was like we get blamed for it instead of saying like, how can we, get them out, so you can have your own content. I mean, you tell me this is like, some content that we do. We don't own that. We don't. It's like whatever happened in any African American news channel, whatever BET or whatever. I cannot say it was African Americans. They don't know it. Byron Allen. The reason he's Byron Allen is because he's married to Wazungu. He's like everything, like Supreme Court Justice. Wenchi. It's like they all like that, like Clarence Thomas. Like they all get there not on their merit. And I've been saying that for years. It's like, come on, don't you guys have like, that's not your achievement. I cannot say there's a single actor in Hollywood or a single person that actually got there on their own merit, because that's impossible. That's impossible. You have to suck a lot of pink lingy, to get there. You got to prove yourself from childhood that, they train you. They put you out there, like Cicely Tyson, all that fauna. I mean, like, it's nothing. Nothing is what it seems, But I mean, they're so quick to say, I mean, like, I don't even know why he was talking about the media if you don't understand our language, right? So I don't know what he watched, but of course he got pissed, But let's start talking the truth. That's not just them; it's all of us, slave master. Right? Can we at least be honest for 2 seconds? I mean, like, let's be honest. No, hell no. No, but it's just all high and mighty, like, oh, we are much better than the Spics, like, whatever. No, we're all fucked up in the head. We're all fucked up in the head. We all watch. I am not as much, because we didn't get a television until I was like 11, 12 years old, and there was nothing to watch. Because we wasn't in the city. We was in my mom's hometown. You can barely see some of that shit, like. I remember they had a Huckleberry Finn, something like, I don't even know what that is. I think that was from Louisiana. They had a boat, the one that goes like this with the water. I think that's what it was. I mean, the Little House on the Prairie. They had Bonanza, which I never really. There was another one who was translated. I don't know what's the name. The Virginian. That was like. I mean, I watched it, and even in the city, there was nothing. I mean, because I'm supposed to be from the second city in Mexico, but everything was centralized in the capital in Mexico City. They didn't have nothing. When I grew up, still, I mean, I don't know, they got more channels, but when I grew up, there was only Channel 4, Channel 6, and it was all reruns. Like I say, they had what I just told you, those shows. That's all they had. So I really didn't watch, then, I used to watch Dynasty, of course. I mean, like, my mom, she would wake up and, like, then I had to turn off the television and hide myself, in the living room, like, so she wouldn't see me. If anybody would wake up, that's how, like, I mean, it effed me up too. I'm not gonna say, but, but like right now, that you see that, people are like zombies completely. Well, I was like a zombie too. I'm not gonna front, but we all really bad. We are really sick. We all really messed up. So why, you know? But that's I don't know what they're watching on television. I don't know, but they hate us. They hate Mexicans and all anti-Mexican sentiment all the time. It's like he make videos now and then. That's why I subscribe to him. I'm like, okay, they're like Mexicans this and Mexicans that, or like whatever. So I don't even watch it, but sometimes like if I got time, then I watch it. So that time he was like talking to this Wazungu and like he started defending Stefan Bandera that he was a misunderstood Nazi. Come on, it's like, are you serious? That what you got in your show? I mean, like I lost all respect for that channel. I used to have a lot of respect for him. I don't even remember what his name. I'm sorry. I mean, I can only remember one name. That's it. Pan-Africanism strikes back. That's it. I don't know his name. I don't know whatever. I think he's a great guy. I think I mean, like, but I noticed, I mean, I noticed everybody, ever since Biden started, Jason Black, everybody got kind of weird. They got weird. They just got weird. I mean, like it's not the same. You know what I mean? There's something, I mean, because if you got time, especially right now, you got time for BS. I mean, you are receiving a paycheck or something, and it's not like they buy the whole channel like a lot of people. They say, oh, they buy the whole channel. No, once a month or whatever they do these kind of things that leave you like scratching your head, like what the F happened, like I say with Jason Black. Like I don't even watch him no more. I think it's just, I mean, I knew something was up because he's BFF with Tariq, whatever his real name is, and so it's just really disgusting. I mean, they still have time to talk against Mexicans. Like they say in the South, God bless their soul, instead of like doing like this. That's how they say down there. It's sad. It's very, very sad, and like I say, I lost hope on them. The whole, African American community. I'm like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So like, so they were just laughing, calling him the N-word. Oh, like how he looked, that he was overweight, blah blah blah. He was wearing a green vest. I mean, a orange vest. That he was like, I mean, like everything, like whatever, I mean, that's none of my business, but I was, I was concerned. I was like commenting, I was in my computer making comments. I say, this is serious. This is serious. They don't even know what's happening in New York City, but there was like blah 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 blah. No, this is what's happening. Like they want to double the salary for the NYPD, bring back the secret police. They want to buy more and more, surveillance equipment. All that stuff. I mean, we lost, almost all our civil rights with the Patriot Act. And I think we're one of those like pilot cities that they're gonna be doing something. I don't even know if it's true what's happening in Taiwan. I've seen some of the videos that are horrific. How they got them locked up and in their own home. 22 million people. Come on. I don't. There's more to the story than that, but this is how. If I ever had the hope that internet was gonna, I mean, it do, like right now, I mean, if you are militant, if you are like, you can find people in Ukraine telling you for real what's happening over there. You can find like, real honest people. Like usually you have to look at some other websites and you gotta translate them because all that stuff is forbidden. There's only one story, and it's like, Russia bad, you know, and we are great, and we are great. We are the ones bringing democracy and whatnot, and you heard the same jokes all over and over and over. I'm feeling kind of like, I don't know, the coffee and the bagel soon. Agree with me. I don't know. He made some brownies. I think that's what it is. I never had brownies like that, so I think that's what it is. I mean, I slept like a baby, but I still I think it just stay in you a long time. I mean, it was alright. I mean, I kind of needed it because I needed to really sleep through the whole night. And so I was trying to tell him, this is false flag operation. Come on, there's no footage. There's no footage of him before. How come there's no footage of him before? They always release the footage, like, oh, this is him when he was, before he started, like whatever. They got the technology, of course. Even I can do it. Anybody can do it on YouTube. You can blur anything you want. You can blur, and you can leave whoever, and even that person, you can blur the face, but at least you can see the body. Was he like squarely? Was he like, we don't know nothing. Was it only one? Was it the other ones doing it like how come nobody died? I mean, a train car, it's like, it's just like, what are the odds? And you throw a smoke gun, a smoke bomb, and then you go bum 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 bum, but nobody died. Nobody died. You see these actors on the floor and the platform with very strategic, and they're like, what's up with all this smear red stuff all over the platform? The theatrics. The media was not allowed to go downstairs. But people don't got any brains. I mean, like, other than what? For what? I mean, like, it's just really, really messed up. But I cannot say I can get surprised no more. Shit is like, oh, I didn't even finish telling you about Jimmy Dore. I'm like so sorry. I'm all over the place. I'm not sorry. Whatever. So I'm not. This is just for me. So, but I like to say it out loud because it's very different when you have it here than when you speak it up. Then that's a totally different story. So that's one of the reasons why I do this. And so he was saying that well, he was actually targeting the New York Times because once again he editorialized everything, and he said, like, all New Yorkers now are fearful for their lives. Now I am editorializing, right? No, they say, oh, New Yorkers are more like weary, that we are like on edge. I forgot what was the headline, but it was like kind of like on edge. New York is on edge after the incident on 36th Street Station in Brooklyn, blah blah blah, and the guy, I mean, like, it was good. It was good. Whoever that was, thank God, because I have not seen any pushback. It's been more than 2 years that every media, especially every, like the ones that they give in the street, the AM New York, every time. And I got some of the covers to prove it. And I made videos because I started collecting all the papers. I thought it was going to stop at one point or something. And I ended up having like piles of papers. Just the covers to say that where they were saying, oh my God, crime and the shootings are out of control in New York City, blah, 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 blah. Every new one. and I send it to Jason Black, and like, I haven't heard. I mean, maybe he talked about it, because I mean, if I don't see it in the headline, I'm not gonna waste my time. I just get the notification, and it's always some bullshit, the same. It's like he's like a broken record, blah blah blah, and like, all these, but he don't provide no solutions. Like before Biden started, he was more like, putting banner, putting the spectaculars, whatever, the billboards. He was putting billboards. He put in New York several billboards about, the NYPD. I forgot what he put it about, to tell the truth, but he did something. And then it was like, complaining, bitching. The same thing he's accusing the manosphere of being just a crybaby. Man, he's doing it. So, I mean, you just tell me something is up, but I don't know. I mean, like I say, I mean, I should have known. I mean, like, if they are BFF with him and Professor Black with Tariq, then it's everybody. I mean, Tariq is shameless. He just come out with like, just want to promote his singing career, whatever. It's just like. But it is what it is. I mean, like, I guess. Wazungu got their wish. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I mean, like, I don't unsubscribe. This is how I get sucked in, because I activate the notifications, so I know, the headlines that they put on, and it's just all waste of time. I mean, he just basically talk about, all the sellouts. Yeah. So what are you doing to stop, your people from, just selling out, betraying you? Oh, nothing. You just put it there. You complain, blah blah blah. It's like what actions to take and stuff. I don't know. For 2024, I don't know what he's gonna be doing. I mean, like, whatever. That is my problem, and that's not my problem at the same time. I mean, but it just seemed like it is. I don't seem like it's true. They are the trendsetters, so to speak. That the first ones, twerking everywhere, and now, half of Latin America, bitches are twerking too. That's not something we want to import at all. Thank you. But there's a lot of, like the sellouts too. It's just because an African American community is so pronounced. Like, I mean, basically half of the whatever the content is about that. How it, like, I don't even know how I found out. There was another rapper that got shot, killed. Of course, by sellouts, just like Nipsey. Just like, there was, all this stuff, and then people see it, and it's not like, oh, how are we gonna provide solutions? So there's no more Nipseys. There's no more Nipseys because nobody really cared like he did. Nobody cared really, like, making his neighborhood better, instead of just fleeing the neighborhood, going someplace else with his money and stuff, So he was a good example for anybody. That's why he had a lot of, Mexican friends, really close friends, Had he been any closer with the friends, then he could have been like, he could have been still alive, let's say, because we are very loyal people. We are very, I mean, if we are with somebody, I mean, not everybody. I mean, of course, against each other. we all have pretty much the same defects, believe it or not, Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. It's not coming out. I'm probably gonna have to do it again. I'll talk about it some other time. I'm not very talkative. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm enjoying the sun, but it's just it's just good to talk because even this is the only way I really find out how I am. Once I start talking and I see how engaged I get and stuff, you know. So far, it's like 3 weeks before my surgery, so I'm like, yes, 3 weeks. It's like, oh, cannot wait. At the same time, I still have a lot to do. You know, I have to do all the laundry. I have to leave all the bed sheets for every day. You know, I have to change the bed sheets like almost every day. All this stuff. You know, gotta get ready. I gotta buy all the shit that they told me, especially the laxatives, because they say the Anastasia, whatever they call it. You know, it gets you constipated. Imagine that. You know, you got surgery, like, so shoot, I forgot about that. You know, I gotta buy all that. I gotta have all my stuff, you know, and that's off the counter, you know, whatever. I gotta pay myself. So yeah, just to have everything ready for my surgery. I'm so excited. Seems like it's happening this time, you know. It's happening this time. I mean, they got me almost 15 years jumping through hoops, you know. You know, lost 2 years because of COVID. You're like, oh, been to nasty clinics, they just make me waste my time. And now it seems like I won't have anything to worry about that no more. I'm like gonna be free as one of these little birdies. That's it. That's it. God willing. I mean, I don't even know how I got this UTI, but I have the feeling that I had it for a long time because I have been feeling weird. You know, I have like, you know, like you gotta pee every 2 hours, you know, and there's not even that much. And I told the doctor, and like, he still didn't do me a test, you know. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I'm glad that they found it out now on time. I guess that's why they make the exams like 4 weeks ahead of the surgery. So if there's anything, it can be treatable. Same 10 days without antibiotics, which I hate to take, but you know. I gotta take these ones to get all clear out for my surgery. I gotta save money because I'm gonna have to take a taxi over there if they ask me to be there, you know, early in the morning. I cannot rely on public transit, you know. I mean, I wanted to be there at 8. You know, I mean, when I left to Long Island, it was like I left like at 4:30. And almost 5 in the morning, and I still waited like another half an hour for the train. Like, I was like, come on, it's like 5 a.m. Shouldn't it be already like every 15 minutes at least? It's rush hour, I thought, but I mean now rush hour. I don't know when rush hour starts. The A train is like, and then it goes local. You know, there's no C train all the way. You go local all the way to like 59th Street in the morning, sometimes like in that night. Well, I don't know. I don't take that shit, you know, like I don't even feel like going out because of the trains. I don't want to have to deal with that bullshit, you know. Everything is okay until you pass like 125th Street. Either they kick you out of the train or they leave you there waiting in every station. You got traffic ahead, and we're like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, you know, like, I don't know. Anyway, that's enough babble for one day.